1, 2, 3.
Linebacker Joshua McMullen. Najee Harris barrels in for his 25th rushing touchdown.
Swing and a shot hammer toward left field. Will it stay high enough? It will. A line drive grand slam for Ozzie Albies.
Yay, nay, no intro. I don't know. I contemplated. Hold on. All right. Anyway, I kind of contemplated back and forth on whether or not I should make an intro for our call-in shows. I think I'm just going to take this down. Not the stream. We'll keep the stream going, but I'm going to, right now, force myself to delete this from StreamYard. You'll never see that intro again. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Hope you guys have had a blessed day. It's Sunday. That means it's time for your phone calls via StreamYard. We don't give out numbers around here, and I don't have actual phone lines, but we'll drop the StreamYard link and let you guys come in. Want to talk a little bit about Wallace State baseball. They're in the postseason. We'll look at the MLB standings. And when you call in tonight, talk to us about who you think the best Power 5 conference is. And it might be obvious because of recency and championships that it probably is the SEC. But when you look at the SEC, is it really just Georgia and Alabama? You're going to have more teams competing this year. Well, actually, you'll have Georgia, Alabama, LSU, maybe Tennessee. That's 4 teams I just named from the SEC that are going to compete for possibly a national title, definitely the conference. And you're going to have how many in the Big Ten? I mean, 3? Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. The West doesn't really have anything, to be honest with you. And I'm not here to throw the Big Ten under the bus. I love the Big Ten. I really do. But compare it to, let me share this out on Facebook. Compare the Big Ten to the SEC. Is there much of a gap is what I want to know. I don't think there's much of a gap. I really don't. I think there's a little bit of a gap, but at the same time, you know, it's starting to get closer between the two conferences. If Penn State does something this year, if Ohio State reclaims it, what if the Big Ten West won the conference this year? Could we see that? I don't know. But anyway, we kind of want to talk some baseball tonight. We could talk MLB standings. But I kind of want to actually talk about Wallace State a little bit. Interesting baseball this week against Central Alabama. The first game, of course, they won 6-5. And I got some footage I kind of put up. I think maybe I took it down because it had a little bit of music in the background. And it said it was copyright. So I think I just took it down. So it's no longer up, and I apologize. But, you know, when they review my channel at 1,000, I want to, you know, I don't want to get shut down or anything. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think they will, but so the first game they won 6-5. Central Alabama got off to a 2-0 start and led Wallace State in baseball up until the sixth inning when it was 2-1 going into it. And they outscored actually 3-2 in the sixth. It ended in 7 innings where Wallace came back with 3 runs in the 7th inning to win it in a walk-off. 6-5, no hits for Central Alabama, no errors, 1 error for Wallace State, and they had 10 hits, 6 runs off 10 hits. So I'm trying to think, I guess, and of course I was there at the game, but I think maybe they stole some bases at one point. They had some walks. That's really what it is. I mean, I guess Wallace just kind of walked some batters for Central Alabama, and that they kind of worked their way around it, of course. And that's how they were able to score. But Wallace was able to get the hits and actually run in and score in this game. What is going on here? So Wallace State has some great players. Hunt had a hit. Stewart had 2 hits. Decker had 2 hits. Burns had 2 hits. Walker had a hit. Pryor had a hit. Dearman had a hit. And I could go on down the list for Wallace State. I'll be honest, I don't really have much knowledge on Central Alabama. And I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. I'm not here to discredit them. I give them a lot of credit. But what a way to end the season in a doubleheader. Even though they split the game and they lost the second one, they still had a good walk-off win in the first game against Central Alabama. It ended in 7 innings. So did the second game where they lost 4-3. You look at the overall record, 36-16. They are in the postseason. They have a win percentage, Wallace State does, of .692. So counted a 69 win percentage, 25-7 in the conference, 78 percentage there. They lost 1 game, so they ended on a losing streak of 1. They went 20-7 at home, 15-7 on the road, and 1-2 in neutral site. They had 52 games. On the year, they had 347 runs, had a batting average of .34, on base 44% of the time, slugging percentage of 50, and 46 home runs for this team. For a community college, that's pretty darn good, actually. So I give Wallace State a lot of credit. I'm going to miss baseball season, man. And basketball doesn't start up until the fall. Softball, I think I saw won the championship, so congratulations to those girls and a first-year head coach over there too, and Coach Owens. And so much has happened at Wallace State, you guys, and I'm going to try to keep you guys updated. And, I'm not working for Wallace State. I do this on my own, but they have done a lot and come a long way. Let me check out the chat. What's up, Daniel Berry? He says, yo. What's up, the godfather of the SEC, Wayland? What's going on, buddy? It was a great weekend for the Braves. Oh, my gosh, the Braves did fantastic, didn't they? Yes, they did. They just won in 12 innings over Baltimore this afternoon, 3-2. Come on. Extra innings in baseball. You got to love it. And it went to 12. Man, 24-11 on the year, 9-5 at home, 9-8. I'm sorry, I misread that. They walk it off in the 12th with Michael Harris, RBI double. And they won that this afternoon. Speaking of the Braves, we'll move on from Wallace State stuff Baseball, man. Oh my God. I do love baseball. And I want to apologize because I know I haven't been live for any games. It's just when the games come on, I'm always busy, man. They got a game on Tuesday night at 6:20. Let me see. That's on TBS, and they're playing the Red Sox. Man, could I go live for that? I probably could. I want to get some baseball games called for you guys this off season. And I say off season for us football fans. Could I go live for the Red Sox game on Tuesday? Checking my calendar. Pray for me, by the way. I have my final exam on my literature class on Tuesday. Going to spend tomorrow studying for it, going through notes, all that stuff. I finished up a paper this afternoon for world religions. I enjoyed but writing that paper, man, that was a battle. It was a battle. I fought it tooth and nail. I was arrogant. I didn't really want to do it, but I got it done. We got it in the books, and I'm confident. I am confident. Let's see. Unless it changes, I did reach out to Uncle Lou about being on his morning show. Probably going to be this Friday, but we'll see. Got to work some stuff out, and we will let you guys know. But yeah, we'll play it by ear. Take it day by day. And yeah, we'll get some content out for you guys this week. More college football previews. Let me know. Let me know what teams you want to see me preview next. We'll work on it. We'll get you guys some college football preview videos. Want to do every Power 5 team this offseason. Still plenty of time. But that time, it keeps on ticking. And we got to move not at a snail's pace. Let me go ahead and drop the link. This is a call-in show. If you want to call in, click the StreamYard link, and let's talk some sports. We'll take them one at a time. I'd hate for this to turn into a hangout stream, but we keep it clean. That's what I ask. I am a Christian. I struggle with it on my own personally, but I can clean it up on here. Just watch the profanity. That's all I ask for. I love you guys, man. Let's get you guys on here. And again, man, how about those Braves, man? 24-11, 9-8 at home. First in the NL East, man. They're taking it back. On a win streak of 2. They did drop the first game to the Orioles 9-4, but they bounced back 5-4 and get a walk-off with Michael Harris 3-2. They got the Red Sox up next here on Tuesday. And like I said, that could possibly be a game. If I'm not too busy, maybe we'll go live for it. We'll see. We will see. Okay. Braves live stream. I'll put it on my calendar anyway. 6:20, I guess that's Central Time. Probably go live around 6:15 Central, just 5 minutes before the game. We'll play it by year, but I'll put it on my calendar anyway, and I'll schedule it the day of if I do go live, and we could call a baseball game for you guys this week. How's that sound? I think we'd love it, man. We'd love it. Let me put that on the calendar. Set my phone aside. And doesn't look like we have anyone in the back room yet. There's Mayhem. What's up, bro? Come on in here, man. Call-in style. So we're taking calls one at a time. I don't want to, like I said, I hope to be in Feinbaum's seat someday. If I'm in Feinbaum's seat, I'm taking calls, push of a button, and next caller. How you doing? Keep it moving, as Raj would say. I don't know if Mayhem's trolling me. StreamYard link. StreamYard link, Mayhem. That's the number. I love it, man. I think he's trolling me. He could be serious. I don't know. You never know with Mayhem Matthew. The Rockies. How about the Rockies? 13-6. Yes, over the Mets. The Royals 5-1 over Oakland. Toronto Blue Jays beat the Pirates 10-1. The Pirates not having too good of a year, I don't think. The Toronto Blue Jays off to a hot start. How about the Rays in 10 innings over the Yankees 8-7? Man. Anyway. So Whit Merrifield, has been a good player for the Blue Jays. 4 RBIs. And Pittsburgh, a 3-game sweep by the Blue Jays. And Pirates on a 7-game losing streak. Still a good record, 9-7 at home, 20-15, but they've lost the last 7. That's pretty sad. That's not good. Not good at all. So, the title says MLB Standings. Let's take a look at that while we're waiting on your calls to get in. The standings here, brought to you by Nobody, sponsored by Nobody, and presented by Nobody. Call Nobody for nothing. Tampa Bay Rays 28-7, 800 on the year. Let's go. Baltimore Orioles in the East 22-12, not a bad record, 64 win percentage. They're back 5.5 games on a losing streak of 2, though, 6-4 in their last 10. All the way down, the Yankees, even though they are above 500, got to hit the 20-win mark, 21 wins to tie up Boston, but I don't think that's going to happen. The Yankees find themselves in a bit of a hole, sticky situation, 18-17 on the year. Minnesota Twins lead the Central, 19-16 on the season, above 500, 10-6 at home, 9-10 on the road. Their losing streak of 2 games. Yes, and they're 5-5 in their last 10. That's the Twins in the Central. Man, how about that? Man, how about teams like the Kansas City Royals and Oakland? What poverty is this? 9-26 for Kansas City, 25 to 257, 200 record, 200, 3-16 at home. They're better on the road at 6-10. They do have a win streak of 1, though. I'll give them that credit. I want to see. And it looks like this could be it. The Rays and the Braves, right? Let's say overall, if the season were to end today and you took the top 2 teams in the league for the World Series, which that's not how it works, but if it ended today, the Tampa Bay Rays, which I'm from the Tampa area in Florida, I just happen to live in Alabama, but I grew up in the Tampa area. And then a team that I have gone to plenty of games to see them play, the Atlanta Braves. If you took the top 2 teams, they would be in the World Series. They would face off against each other. So that one, dude, that'd be a slugfest. Austin Riley, Von Grissom. I mean, and then you got the Rays. Then you got the Rays and Garrett Cole and of course they beat the Yankees in 10 innings today. Isaac Paredes or Paredes. I still don't know how you say his last name. Randy Arozarena leads the team in the batting average. Andy Diaz went 9 home runs on the year. RBIs, Randy Arozarena, 30 runs batted in. RBIs, has 9 homers. So he's tied with Yandy Diaz. So I don't know. That would be a great matchup if it ended today. The Braves and the Rays in the World Series. That would be amazing. But we got a long way to go till then. We still got 5 months of baseball. We could keep talking about it. Whew. Man. What's up, K-Dog? Go Braves, man. Chop on. Chop on. Let's go. All right. Drop the StreamYard link again. Anybody wants to come on, you are welcome. So what's up, Mort? Thanks for subscribing. And like he says, it's easy. Just hit the subscribe button. It's that. You just got to click it. Look at this. I might have to switch to one of my other accounts. Look at this. See that? Right there? That white subscribe button? Look at this. Look. And you're subscribed. You're subscribed. I'm going to unsubscribe from my other accounts because isn't that kind of cheating? Trying to get to 1,000. We're trying to get monetized, man. They got to review your channel and everything. I'm nervous about that. I try to keep it clean on here. If YouTube's listening, I really do. I try to give you guys really good content, and I think we do a good job, but, you know, I've had my mishaps. I've had my moments. It happens. We're getting better. God's working on it. I know he is. Oh, I know exactly who this is. You son of a... He stole my logo and everything. This is Mayhem Matthew, by the way.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Got the spelling, got the logo. He got the whole 9 yards.
Nah, I'm just playing. But let's talk about some let's talk about something that I'm interested in here.
Okay.
What's your thoughts? Listen, I'm not really a big baseball guy. I like watching baseball, but and obviously I'm a Georgia fan on any type of college thing. Okay, so whether that be baseball or basketball, football, mainly football though. Probably 100% 100% football, and the rest of it, kind of like here and there, hit and miss. But anyways, my question is, what's the likelihood that you think that Georgia has to sneak into the NCAA tourney in baseball?
I'd have to pull up their record if I'm being honest. Are they above 500? Are they, how are they doing in the SEC?
I know they started off the SEC pretty bad, but I think they are. I think they only have in the last. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know they beat teams like they didn't sweep Tennessee, but they got the 2 out of the 3 wins there, And then a couple weeks ago, they swept number 5 ranked Arkansas. So they've done pretty good down the stretch with highly ranked teams in that, but not really sure. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a baseball guy. I am not a baseball guy. So
What makes me mad? What makes me mad is ESPN doesn't let you view the actual teams. It just lets you view the scoreboard. So I can't look up their record. I can tell you this: they're not a ranked team. They did win against number 18 Tennessee 3-1. 10 hits in that game off, 3 runs off of that. But South Carolina, number 3 in the country, they went down too. But I don't know, man. I mean, Georgia, just be honest. I say stick to football. I know you want to see, you always want to see your team succeed in every sport, but even Alabama, like we got some issues, and there was some scandals this week with the baseball program. We had to fire our coach, and I don't follow college like I follow MLB. So
their record.
I'm not even gonna try to fake it with you. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I don't know what to expect of Georgia as
So
far as the College World Series.
Georgia record is 25-20. They're 8-13 in the SEC this year. So
If they're an above 500 team overall, I think they should have a good shot. I mean, I would.
But like I said, guys, for those who are listening, and Ballard, of course, I'm more of a football guy. College football. I love college football. But as far as baseball goes, I'm not really a baseball guy. I'm just, I do cheer for. If I see something pop up on my news feed, I get excited whenever I see Georgia win something. But and I might go to a basketball game here and a baseball game there, but mainly I'm all 100% committed to football. So
Yeah.
did you hear me?
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm that way with Alabama, like I just got through saying. I try to follow out all athletics because it's like when you look at a Georgia G, Mayhem. I mean, you represent that brand, or you try to, and you get passionate. I'm sure you get fired up. I'm the same way with the script Crimson A. I see that Alabama logo. I see Big Al. I get excited. I try to follow softball and Montana Fouts. I try to follow Nate Oates and what's going on in basketball and Coach Curry and the women's team. It's hard to keep up with all of it all at once, but you're always pulling for your team in every single sport.
For sure. Pros. I mean, really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I only keep up with college football. I mean, I do keep up with my Steelers, but as far as that, I really don't keep up with the NFL like I should be. I'm all in college football because I'm obviously trying to grow my channel as well. But yeah, with that being said, I should probably do a little bit more NFL stuff too. But I'm just all in college football. I love the game of college football. I don't care if we're going to a 12-team playoff or a 130-team playoff. I'm always going to cheer for my Georgia Bulldogs, whether they win 20 national titles or they win only 2. So that's it. I remember when I was a kid, I thought that my Georgia Bulldogs would never win a national title in my lifetime.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna
check
be
this
honest.
out. I'll go ahead and put them on, but we do have another caller. I don't want to turn this into a hangout, but check this out, Mayhem. A Georgia Bulldogs baseball I
19
guess signed by the team.
1990 national championship team.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
So, yeah, I got this. I guess the year after, or right after they played it, or whatever.
Yeah, man. How you been?
Doing pretty good.
That's good, man. It's good to see you on here.
Yeah, I haven't watched the Braves too much this year. I watched a few little innings here and there.
Here you go. This is a baseball that I got from the Arkansas versus Georgia game. So whenever I went, this is my first ever Georgia game that I went to baseball wise.
Yeah.
And guess what? I was good luck for Georgia because we were down 8-4 going to the top of the ninth, and we came back and won 9-8.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah, I'll have to find it, but I have a baseball that I wrote on from my first Wallace State game, and we played Cleveland State. It was at home. They won 6-5, and I think they had to come back just a little bit, but they won it. In basically like the eighth inning. It wasn't a walk off or anything. Just kind of had some good defense there at the end and closed the game out. But it was a good experience, and I'm glad I got a game ball from that. So
I seen K-Dog. I seen that we're getting some really good players in basketball. So hopefully we can be a baseball, a basketball, and a football school.
basketball skill.
Yeah, I that's one thing I hadn't figured out why we can't have a decent basketball team. We got all these players in the state of Georgia, just like football, but we can't have a decent basketball team.
As long as I'm gonna be honest with you, I love everything Georgia, but as long as our Georgia team in football is doing good, that's all that matters to me. But I know that eventually we're not gonna be on the top dog anymore. It's all gonna cycle out. So
It'll be Bama's next for the taking.
well,
Kirby's gonna have to retire for Georgia to be bad again, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think in my lifetime, I'm only 24, so in my lifetime, Georgia's only had one terrible season. Where I think it was the Joe Cox years, where we went like 6-6 or something like that, or 6-7.
Oh yeah, when Mark Richt, yeah.
But that. I mean, in the last ever since I've been alive, Georgia's always been above 500, except for that one year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't really complain, even though some of them Georgia teams that Mark Richt had, they were definitely national championship style teams. We should have won, but I think a lot of that had to do with coaching there. We would lose to teams like Vanderbilt and South Carolina whenever we had no business doing that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep.
I don't want to even hear complaints about losing to SEC teams. My team lost to ULM when they weren't supposed to in 2007. Y'all y'all got some nerve.
Tennessee lost to Georgia State, and who else they lose to? And in Florida, I think Florida lost to Georgia Southern or something.
I know.
Yes.
I know Carolina Gamecocks lost to the Citadel.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hop off of here, Ballard. I just want to give you a hard time.
All right, man. I appreciate it, though.
All right, then.
Thanks.
I mean, how far are we into the baseball season anyway? A month?
We're actually, I think we're getting close to 2 months, middle of May.
Yeah, April.
Or 3 months.
Yeah, I guess 2 months, I guess, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think, Yeah, spring training starts in February, but the regular season starts late March, I think. So,
I think it usually starts around April, 1st of April.
yeah.
Let's see. I haven't even looked. You said the Braves were top team in the National League or something?
As of right now, I think they are.
Even better than the Dodgers.
Yep.
Where
And
you,
the
where
Dodgers
you,
have been pretty
where you
good.
at, Freddie Freeman?
We're overall in the whole MLB, the Braves are only second behind the Rays.
I don't know what's up with the Braves' home record though. What is their home record again?
9-8.
9-8. Jesus, and they're 15-3 away.
Yeah.
They have the best
back.
record. They have the best record on the road, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife said she'd like to go to a game again. We might try to go to a game again this year.
Yeah. To a Braves or to a Georgia?
Braves.
Yeah, we went to I'm trying to remember who they played. They played the Giants or whoever. Yeah. Oh, no. They played the Mets. That's a big one. They played the Mets last year in Atlanta and they won the game. The score kind of escapes my mind, but we went and it was just overall a good experience. A night baseball game in downtown Atlanta and just being able to travel. We got to see the Heavy Hitters band and we did the Coke Museum, the Underground, and Atlanta's just a beautiful city, man. I mean, I know that I don't want to get too political. I know some people talk about some of the crimes there.
They don't really play in Atlanta now, so
that's true.
More like Marietta Braves or something.
Yeah.
I took my dad there last year. I think we went to a game last year. He never got to go to Ted Turner Field, so
oh no,
that was the first time he's been to the Braves game other than Atlanta Fulton County Stadium.
Yeah.
So his wife, my stepmom wouldn't let him go to a Braves game with me. And she's passed away now, so he can spend more time with me now, I guess. But
yeah,
I tried to get him to go to like a playoff game a while ago, a couple of years ago, but she wouldn't let him leave. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, me and my wife probably try to go to the game this year. My dad probably want to go with us too, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've said it before on this channel. I've said, baseball is fun to watch, but I feel like there's certain sports like that where just to get the game day experience, that's where it's really.
Yeah, my wife won't watch any baseball on TV, but she loves watching it in person. So she enjoyed watching it in person. I know I think when me and my wife and my mom went, we were sitting in left field bleachers near the visiting team bullpen or something.
Okay.
You could actually look in there and yell at them if you wanted
to. Those would be good seats.
I think me and my dad, we sat on the third base line when we went last year. They were pretty good seats. I think I only paid like $80 or $90 for them. A piece, though. But yeah, wasn't too bad. The parking is what kills you. You get to pay like $50 for damn parking, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, we went. I said July. It was August 16th, and our seats were. You could literally see the whole field. We weren't really in territory to catch a like a home run ball or anything, but
Yeah.
you were up there high enough you could see the whole field, and
Well,
it was really cool.
well, they got them nets up now where it's got to actually go over the net where you even have a chance to get in the damn balls now, So,
Yeah,
like
I
before,
think
back in the day when they had no net across there, you could catch line drives or something as long as you better be paying attention, though.
yeah, you got to be paying attention. I saw this video one time of this dad was like holding a kid, and he had a beer in his hand, and his beer caught the ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that.
It's crazy. Yeah, I think we were when I went with X Wing and Millis to the Alabama game this past year, the Vanderbilt game. We were higher up at Bryant Denny than we were in our seats at the Braves game with my grandmother.
Mm.
And it was a higher walk up. And I mean, I think college football stadiums kind of don't really compare, or MLB stadiums, I would say, don't compare to what maybe some college football stadiums have in seating.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to the minor league game last year, too. Gwinnett Stripers.
Oh, cool.
That was pretty fun, too.
We have a minor league team. I think the Birmingham Barons. I've been to one or two of their games too. I just haven't like posted about it or anything, but
Yeah.
they got a pretty good solid team.
Yeah, he had free tickets, so all he had to do was pay like $5 a park or something. That was basically it. And whatever gas to drive up there. Wasn't too
Yeah.
far. I think it was like 35, 40 minutes from my house or something, maybe. Wasn't too bad.
Okay. That's not a bad drive. Everything's about that distance for me just going into town from the lake. So, I mean, I get that.
But going to a Braves game, it's probably at least an hour and 15, 20 minutes maybe from me.
And again, that's still, I mean, to get to a baseball stadium, a major league baseball stadium, that's still pretty close to it.
Truist Park. Let me see how far it is.
Yeah, let me see how far it is from me too, because Atlanta itself wasn't but 3 hours.
Too bad. It says an hour and 5 minutes. 62 miles, so not too bad.
I am, and I remind you, I'm in Alabama. I'm 3 hours and 16 minutes from Truist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me see that minor league team. Let's see. I forgot what is there. I think there's named Cool Ray Field or something. Yeah. Yeah. So it's only 42 minutes to the minor league team stadium. 35 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be called the Braves too, but I guess they decided to change the name. They don't want to get confused with the real Braves.
I got you
So
there.
they changed it to the Stripers, like a fish or something.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna get out of here, Ballard.
All right. Thanks, K-Dog.
All right, good to see you. Talk to you.
See you, bro.
Are you coming to the softball?
I plan on it. We'll see. I know I'm taking summer classes, but I think the game's on a Saturday, so I should be able to try to, make a weekend work.
July 22nd.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look forward to seeing you if you come.
Thanks, man. I look forward to it as well.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right. All right. K-Dog checking in. Call-in show. You can talk whatever you want to. Give me one quick second. I'll be right back. If you do get in the back room, just bear with me. But I'm going to take a quick break aside. So. All right, can you guys hear me? I'm back. Sorry about that. Doesn't look like we have anyone in the back room. We're still going to keep it going, but yeah, some great Braves talk with our boy Kevin, K-Dog. And again, we've kind of talked tonight, just to recap, kind of talked about Wallace State. Both, the softball team won the championship today, which is huge. I mean, nothing surprising. I mean, they've kind of won it a couple years in a row, but they've just been so dominant. But they got a first-year head coach to do it. That's what was surprising. No offense to him. What's up, Waylon?
What's going on, Chris?
How you doing, bro?
I've been over to the watch the Braves play this weekend. They had a good series this weekend. They looked good.
Yeah, they did look good, man. Almost like a World Series contender, as they are. But I feel pretty confident, man. If they could keep it up like they played this weekend, they have a chance to win another championship. I mean, it's been 2 years. Before that, it was almost 20 or whatever it was, and but yeah, they look pretty good this weekend.
Yeah, they wasn't it 12 innings today? Had extra innings today. 12 innings today.
Yeah, man. That's I don't I know they put the pitch clock in, which I'm against, by the way. If you don't have time for baseball, don't watch it. People complaining that the game's too long. Well, I'll say this. If it's too long for you, change the channel. Don't go to a game. I don't like the pitch clock idea. I think it's kind of screwing with, the sport, but 12 innings is still, I mean, you imagine with the pitch clock, a 12 inning game probably only took as long as a regular game without the clock.
Yeah, so I don't know. It still takes a long time to play, but baseball is just you better you got to get ready to stay there a little bit. It's a little bit longer than football,
Yeah.
I was it was a good day today, but now last night was a great night for baseball, man. You couldn't have been better flat. Did y'all watch it on? I think let's see. I think the Braves game was on. It was on TV last night. It was on. I believe it was on the Fox station last night. Did you watch any of it?
I watched a little bit with my grandfather, then he changed it back to the news, but and I kind of got upset. But anyway, I saw a little bit of it. There were some good pitches by the Braves and some strikeouts. They looked like they were pitching pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there too.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and it being good weather, they were quite a few people there today too. I usually try to catch a couple of weekend 3 in a rows there at Truist Stadium, what they call it now, Truist Stadium, and I try to catch a couple of them, before it gets too hot, before it's so hot out there. You about 2 more months, it'll be so hot out there you won't be able to sit out there on Sunday evening, man. It'll be so hot.
Well, I got through talking with our friend Kevin, our K-Dog, and I was telling him about the game I went to last year. It was a night game, and I was sweating. The humidity was just crazy.
Yeah, it's tough out there, even in a night game.
Yeah.
It gets hot in Alabama. I don't know. I worked in Georgia a lot before I retired. I tell you, Georgia, I don't know. I think it gets a little hotter in Georgia than it does in Alabama. That's saying a lot, but I believe it does sometimes. It's pretty hot over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a different every state. When you go 200 or 300 miles, you just get into a different atmosphere when you go that far. It don't take long for the weather to change. A couple of 100 miles.
Yeah, I remember talking with my other grandfather, the one I used to live with, and we're in good contact. Everything's okay. But yeah, I remember him teaching me about the weather up here and how it could go from really hot to really cold in a matter of minutes, or the weather does what it does up here and whatever it wants to do. Don't screw with Mother Nature, stuff like that. But yeah, it can get kind of crazy. But
Yeah, I just thought I'd call in, holler at you here before I'm fixing to check out here in a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of people talking about the. I don't know. I mean, we've had a little trouble with the basketball team, a little trouble with the baseball team, and then the young man down in Florida doing what he done. But I don't know. Sometimes it just rolls in, and there's nothing you can do about it.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Kids and coaches and we're gonna do. They got to realize they're in the spotlight now, and everything they do, we see, and we have a reaction and a thought. And I don't know what's going on in Tuscaloosa, man. I hope that at least Nick Saban, for his sake, can keep it all together, and I'm sure he will, and hopefully keep the kids straightened out, and we can have a healthy and full roster this fall.
yeah, they'll. I don't know. Alabama's not the only team it happens to. It happens in professional football, college football. I don't know. It'll smooth back out. It'll smooth up. They'll get things figured out and get it all under control. And you can't control what adults are going to do sometimes, man. You ain't got no control over what folks are going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, unless maybe it's in your family or something like that. But when you got such a big family like Alabama, football, baseball, basketball, man, Greg Byrne can't control all those people.
Right. It's too much work for him, first off. But
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
here's something that I've been taught my whole life is that when it comes to you and your personal life and your actions, that is 110% on you. That's not on Greg Byrne. That's not on the coaches. And I know the coaches need to teach the players and stuff, but these players in basketball and football, and even goes for softball, baseball, I don't care what sport it is, they're 19, 20, 21 years old. And they're, becoming adults, and, the actions they make now define their life for good.
Oh yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, they've got to be taught, but you still can't control them. Whatever happens, happens. Nothing
Yeah.
I was finished watching up one of the basketball games here. I think Phoenix tied it up with Denver. They're 2-2 now. So I didn't see Dabo at the game tonight. I guess he was just there the Friday night. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably desperate there for recruits. He's looking in the NBA.
I don't know what he was doing. He might have been somewhere recruiting. There ain't no telling knowing him. He probably was. Probably out there. Probably a kid somewhere doing something he's not supposed to do. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he's not doing that. I hope not.
Yeah.
I just look for Clemson to be back in the fight again this year. There's something tells me they'll be back again. I don't know. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to worry about it, but something just tells me they'll be back.
I think they'll be back too. I think the question is, will they be good enough to win a playoff game? I think if they show up and show out and they have a productive offense, because I know they'll have the defense. Dabo always has the defense. But if Cade Klubnik can perform well and they have the receivers to do it, and it looked like they did in the spring game a little bit, but they can make it back to the playoff with a good enough resume and a good, record. And Maybe some teams in the ACC get a little bit better too. Maybe that helps their case, but I don't know, man. I there's a part of me it's so weird because I like to see Clemson struggle because I love to troll a little bit when it comes to Clemson. And I know we got some Clemson fans like Pigskin Pete in the community, but I don't know, man. I would hope to see another game between the Tide and the Tigers because that's what college football has gotten its entertainment. I mean, we've had some good games between those teams.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see another battle between Alabama and Clemson too. We really owe them one, so I'd like to see another battle between Alabama and Clemson. I don't know. I hadn't said this a whole lot, but I mean the SEC is, this feels like the title may go somewhere else this year. I mean, I hate to say that. I think Alabama will do great. I think they'll do way above expectations, but I just feel the title will go somewhere else this year.
I just hope it's not Georgia, man. I can't do another off season with that. I mean, we could laugh about it, but I'm not joking. I don't know what I'll do if Georgia three-peats because all we're going to hear is, and we hear it now because they repeated, but could you imagine if Kirby Smart goes for 3? The talk about Nick Saban and Alabama being done?
Oh, I'm saying I think it goes out of the Southeastern Conference. I got a feeling it goes somewhere else besides the SEC is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan or Penn State from the Big Ten or if Texas or, I mean, some of these outside teams looking in, if they make some noise, they could cause some chaos in college football this year.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I hadn't said that to a whole lot of people. Once again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. But I just got a feeling that title's going to go somewhere else besides the SEC this year.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. Maybe not, but SEC's always been the strongest conference. But I don't know. I mean, Ohio State was so close last year. I mean, they need to invest some money in a kicker. If they'd had a kicker, they'd have been. They'd have beat TCU. They'd have beat TCU just as bad as Georgia to beat them, probably. Way I look at it.
Yeah, I think they would have given up more than 7, though.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, all these other schools. I don't know. Next year is going to be the year to watch it when everybody gets into the 12-team playoff, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the committee can pick 12 teams. I hope they can.
Well, there's a certain set system, with the 12-team playoff. They're going to take the 5 conference champions. They'll take the highest group of 5 champion. And then you get some at-large bids in there. You'll have some one-loss teams. And what I hope doesn't happen, and it's probably going to happen, but I don't know, does a 2-loss team make a 12-team playoff? I think maybe one could if they had a good strength of record, schedule, however you want to put it. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm looking forward to the 12-team play. There's nothing wrong. There was nothing really wrong with taking the 2 best teams in college football in the BCS. There's nothing wrong with the 4-team playoff now. I just think, man, the only thing about the 12-team playoff for me is that you're going to have some good first-round games where the first 4 teams get a bye. Maybe you'll see some upsets there. But what if a 12-team what if a 12 seed or a 10 seed or a 8 seed or 7 or even 5, what if they run into Georgia or Alabama in the second round or Ohio State or Michigan or whoever? Do they get blown out right there and we end up getting a championship that was predetermined basically that we expected and there's no Cinderella run?
It's like I said, we'll just wait and see. I mean, your top tier teams are going to pick themselves. The committee's not going to pick them. They're going to pick themselves.
Yeah.
Because they have to be there according to the 366. So, I mean, I reckon that's what they're going by. 366, ain't that right?
Yeah, it's the type of schedule.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I posted on Facebook. I think they've introduced 2 or 3 different other schedules on top of that. I guess a lot of people missed. They had a 227 or something. They had some crazy stuff when they first came out. I guess a lot of people didn't see that, but your top tier teams are going to pick themselves. I mean, they're going to be there. I mean, I don't see how the committee has. I mean, they really not going to have any say for that.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we need them for anyway? If you got a 12-team playoff, what do you need a committee for?
Someone's got to pick the teams, I guess. I mean,
why not just pick them 1 through 12? What's so hard about that?
Yeah.
Does it make
I thought if the CFP was going to expand, I thought 8 would have been the perfect number.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you would get the Power 5 champions, and then you could get what, 2 or 3 group of 5s, or maybe a 1. You could even get a 1-loss Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not in a conference, but they still play a good schedule every year. They could drop a game and still get in.
I said that, and I guess laugh at me. Somebody said you can't pick 1 through 12. Well, if you go for 1 through 12, that's your top 12 teams, isn't it?
Right.
I don't know it all. I mean, I'm just throwing my 10 cents worth in there. But I mean, do it however. I mean, I always liked it when the computer picked it myself. But anyway, I'm just here to tell these Alabama and Georgia fans, all of them, there's a rude awakening coming, and you're not always going to be on top. Somebody's going to beat you. They're going to send you home. You're not going to like it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
I've watched enough football, 50 years of football. I've seen plenty of that. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how many teams you continue to beat. Somebody's going to come in there and they're going to end your career. Somebody is.
Right.
I mean, that's just a you know. I heard some guys talking today. We was talking at the baseball game. We was talking. They were Georgia fans. I had my Alabama hat on. I'd swap between my Alabama hat and my Braves hat. And then we started talking about the Miami teams, and I some of the guys said they didn't think that Alabama or Georgia could beat some of the '80s Miami teams. And I said, well, they sort of played thug life football at Miami. I mean, they were tough. I mean, they were hard to beat. I sort of agreed with them. I mean, Miami had some tough teams in the '80s, man. I remember it. They had some tough football teams.
Yeah. I just want to, you can only imagine if you had to put 2020 Alabama, 2021 Georgia, pick the recent champions and go back a long time ago when Alabama was winning in the 60s and 70s. Heck, I'd even put, how do we know? What if Georgia's 1980 championship team played 2021 or 22? Who'd come out on top in that? I mean, it's so college football has evolved to this offense, but let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago when defense was running college football and it only took 1 hit and you're done in that game.
Yeah. It's over.
You lose.
It would have been interesting. Yeah, it would have been real interesting. That's sort of what we were talking about, really, who really could have won versus how the defense was played back in and how things, were set up. It would have been very interesting to see.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it would have. But anyway, like I said, get ready. I mean, it's just there's somebody always around the corner, and they're going to get you sooner or later.
Absolutely.
They're going to get you. I mean, whether you like it or not, that's just the way the ball bounces. I don't like it either, but that's football. I mean, I'll say this and then get off here. Back when I was young, and I could go with Alabama's schedule and just about everybody's schedule in the SEC and pick 3 or 4 teams that they were going to beat every year. Every year, you knew they were going to win. It's not that way anymore, Chris. Football's changed.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think after seeing what TCU did this past year, and I know we talked last night or Friday night, whenever it was, and we talked about whether or not they should have really been in there if they belong, but they were still a good team, and we can't take that away from them. What I'll say is this: after seeing TCU come up out of nowhere, don't ever tell me, well, this team probably can't do it. I think any given year, if a team wants it bad enough, they can make a run in college football.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's changed 1,000%. It sure has over the 50 years. I saw it change. The NCAA change the scholarships. I saw them change ESD. I mean, it changed the face of football. Defense once ruled. Now it's wide open offense. And if you can muster some defense, you got a wide open offense. You're hard to beat. But I mean, we'll see how it goes this year and see how it plays out. And I'll be interested to see next year the 12-team playoff. I'm sort of excited for it. Because I like I said, Georgia and Alabama is always going to be in there unless something drastically happens. Of course, it could happen. I mean, you don't ever know. You know, I mean, I don't see many years they're not going to be in there. Whether they win it or not, that's a different song and dance. But anyway, I got to get off here. I just thought I'd holler at you right quick and holler about the Braves. It was a good weekend for the Braves. I hope they can get in there and win another championship here. I'd be glad to see you. I'd be glad to see the Atlanta Braves win another major league championship. It'd be exciting. I wish Alabama had a major league baseball team. I really do, but we don't. So we got to pull for the Braves. They're the closest team.
That's true. And ain't no shame in that.
No, I've been pulling for the Braves ever since I was a kid. I've been through the hard times and good times with them too. So I know how that's like too, you know, but I just kept wearing it whether they liked it or not, and I'm going to keep wearing it. But anyway, it's been good, Chris. Be safe. Have a great week coming up there, and I'll try to holler at you again on down the road sometime, okay?
All right. Thanks, brother.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks to Waylon for coming on. Thanks, K-Dog, for coming on too. We've had some interesting conversation tonight. Talked about Wallace State softball being in the postseason, baseball in the postseason, and winning home games and everything. I hope to get more Wallace State, or maybe even if I can get into some high school stuff for you guys soon. Maybe that'll be exciting. I know I got big opportunities, big things around the corner in my career. It's more than just YouTube, and education is important. I've fought it this week, I'll be honest, but I've also kind of learned and picked up on a few things too, man. But yeah, man, we'll keep it going, I guess. If y'all want to just hang out in the comments, or I could post the link again, we'll give it till about 10:15 unless somebody comes on. Call-in show on Ballard Sports Media. Catch it every Sunday night at 10 Eastern. When we go live and we take your phone calls via StreamYard. And you can come on. You don't even have to talk sports. You want to just run your mouth a little bit. You want to let it out, rant. We only ask that you keep it clean and don't cuss. We're trying to be more professional over here, and just try to keep it a Christian-like atmosphere. How's that sound? You know, I am a big believer. I'm not the best of believers, but I know God loves me for who I am, and I love him because of who he is. And, you know, I try to live that out too. I don't always succeed at it, but, you know, he's there to pick us up when we fall. So that's always a good thing. Thankful for his love, his mercy, his grace. Man, there's a lot of things to be thankful for. So. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook at Ballard Sports. You can also follow us on Instagram, Ballard Sports _19, and follow us on Twitter, Ballard Sports, at Ballard Sports. Yes. Got a lot of stuff coming your way with team previews. Conference week will be in June, so we look forward to that. I don't know how I'm going to do conference week, actually. I am taking college classes in the summer. Gosh, I want to do it. We have to work around class time. I'm taking 2 classes in the morning, and I'll be free for the afternoons and evenings, I guess. So, yeah. SEC Media Days is coming up, Waylon. That's right. I love hearing from the coaches at Media Days because they tell you everything. I mean, they're so open, they're so passionate, they're ready for the season. I mean, they tell you this is what's been happening in our program. This is who we've brought in. This is what we did last year, and this is what we hope to do this upcoming season. And then, of course, you get all the media members, and of course, it's like a whole 40-minute, 45-minute presser that you can go back and watch on YouTube. I usually catch it on YouTube. I don't really watch it live necessarily, but yeah, and just look forward to it, man. Drop the link one more time. We'll give it till about 10:15. Give it 5 more minutes. $954 official wins in over 126 seasons of football. Alabama ranks 6th all time in win-loss records in the NCAA, says Waylon. Interesting fact. I knew they were up in the top 10. They had to be. I didn't realize they were outside the top 5, though, ranked 6th. That's still really good, though. I mean, it's a winning program. It's a traditional school. It's a winning tradition in Tuscaloosa. That's for sure. Let me view this comment here. Who we got? Good night, Waylon. See you later, man. Thanks for calling in tonight. Let's see what's up with Bryant Denny, because we're supposed to be getting a new field at Bryant Denny Stadium. It was literally like 3 days after, something like that. 3 days after A-Day, the field got replaced or got announced that it was being replaced at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Look at this. Let me read this comment. Bulldog JC, what's going on, bro? College football is a cyclic thing. Just because the team is good now doesn't mean they will be good forever. Alabama has had some terrible years, and so has whatever team you want to talk about. Yes, I fully agree and acknowledge that. He also goes on to say here, Georgia hasn't always been great, but are right now and have a really good shot at three-peating. Yes, I also agree with that. I just think it's hard, but it's also hard to repeat. It's hard enough to repeat, but they did it. So we just got to keep an eye on the Bulldogs this year and see what they do. Three-peat, it's over for Alabama. That's all I'll say. Let me take this image off the screen. Check out the field. So there's the field. There's the stadium for Alabama, for Bryant-Denny Stadium. God, that's a good view. And here, here's the turf for Alabama as of current, as of a couple weeks ago, just after A-Day, like the weekend after A-Day, or a few days after, they got to work. They're going to put some new grass, new field, probably keep the traditional logo, but maybe make it look a little different. How cool would it be? You know what? I'm going to show this too. Here's a logo that would look cool in the middle of the field. I'll show it to you. If they could get one, let me see if I can find it. Okay, right here. See this? This right here? Yeah. Gotta represent Big Al, man. Gotta show off Big Al. Put a logo like that on our football field. That'd be amazing. Oh my goodness. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'm excited for this new field. It's probably just going to it'll probably just be the same old, but it is what it is, you know, as we say. And yeah. Yep. Anyway. All right, it looks like no one's going to get on. We're going to go ahead and end the stream. And we do this every Sunday, though. Tell your friends about it. Tell them about the channel. Let's get to 1,000 very soon. Thanks for watching on both Facebook and YouTube tonight. Love and appreciate all of you. Thank you, Wayland, Mayhem Matthew, and K-Dog for coming on. Yes, I am pursuing sports journalism, news media, however you want to put it. I'm looking into UNA as my top target. But yes, I am studying journalism. Trying to manage my online presence on here too. Trying to clean it up a little bit. We'll get there. We'll get there, man. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. And we'll see you next time. Love y'all. God bless. Roll Tide.